Hello and welcome to AI DIY. Today I'm your host Matt, as I always am. What we're going to go through is how to create a song on Suno, which is AI music generation. I'm showing you the way I like to do it. So we'll have a song at the end of this. We'll create this together. I've done a previous video on, publishing and all that stuff, but this is strictly in regards to Suno, some of the struggles I have with it, and hopefully we'll make a decent song at the end of it. So stay tuned. Okay, here I am. What I like to do is start with ChatGPT to make lyrics. I don't like just randomly creating lyrics in Suno based on like a genre. I like to, or even just saying generally talk of these things. So I like to work through ChatGPT with lyrics first and then drop it in. So I'll just show you the prompt, right? So I need a song. I'm sort of working lately with songs that are really human, that really get to the heart of humans and people. I like that in art. I really like that in music. I like that in movies. I especially like that in TV shows and books. Like just really thinking about how like an author really was thinking about a character, right? And just really think about how they interact with other characters. There's a TV show called The Shield that was on years ago. That's when I first discovered that I really like that component of art. So I feel like 70s folk rock, country folk rock, whatever, like Simon and Garfunkel do, sort of captures that human, struggle that we all have probably better than any sort of other genre that I feel comfortable with. So with that, these are the sort of songs that I'm trying to do, things that capture humanity, Simon and Garfunkel, 70s folk rock. There was a couple characters in a TV show that I saw called This Is Us. It was two adults. Anyway, the show kind of flipped around timelines and things. It was a pretty interesting show. But there were two characters in it that I thought that's a really human element that the authors or the writers sort of captured, which is two adults. One, they were both heavy. One, and they really enjoyed each other's time. The husband sort of lost a lot of weight. That sort of changed his personality. He didn't get arrogant, but he was a bit more confident, and that changed the dynamic of the relationship. They had I think a blind child, and it added an element of stress, but love and all that to the relationship. But as it went on, it sort of, how to deal with the child, their own relationship, it sort of struggled. So that's what I wanted to write a song about. That's what I wanted to prompt GPT about. So I'll just read this here. I need a song that fits in the style of Simon and Garfunkel. It should be about how two people who love each other, and I basically describe what I just did there. The woman decides over time that the arguing was too much and they didn't really gel anymore. Also, after a time, they did get divorced. The man struggled with it. She mentioned that, that's just their relationship there was just a moment in time, but, that the relationship's changing, but it doesn't need to be negative. And he didn't understand that at first. The series ended, or at least up to the point that I saw. And they were married separately years and years later, and they were at their son's piano concert, and they clearly had a great relationship years later. Even the divorce proceedings were very mature. They dealt with it best they could, but obviously there's emotions involved. It's important that I sort of say that to the context of this because we're making a song, and I want you to understand how I prompt this. So ChatGPT came out with some lyrics. Call it Bridges of Change, and we'll go through it. I'm not going to go through too much of this. One thing I don't like when the songs come out is when they have choruses that don't match. I like choruses that have the same words. So when it came back, I said, I need a chorus that repeats exactly. I need to make sense to the story of the song and all the repeats. So basically, I didn't want to have the same chorus, but when you're this part of it, it sort of gives away the ending. I just wanted to sort of make sense. So it came up with this song, right? Harbors Apart. Whatever. I'm not fussed with the change. It'll probably change afterwards. Now, this is where the interesting comes in, right? This is where I'm going to have to go in and take it to, here, we'll show you. Okay, here we are in Suno, and I'm going to basically, I'll use the same prompt that I did in this last one that I've published, which was Binary Chains of Gold. Beautiful song. Put it in there. Now, before I go ahead and process this song, what I'm going to recommend is that you go to the... Before I go and process this song, what I'm going to do is recommend that you go to the FAQs for Suno and just read about fair use and when you can make money off of it and how. As of now, my understanding of the FAQs is as long as you have a paid account with Suno, you can actually publish it, you retain the rights, the lyrics, all that stuff. It's all yours. You can publish to make money. It kind of mentions the free one you can use on YouTube, whatever, but you're kind of required to cite Suno as the creator of the music. With the free ones, I think it said something to the effect of you can use it all you want without crediting, but we would appreciate it if you did. So I'm going to just go ahead and do a whole video on it and just do a review. Now, sometimes it comes out, it's not great. Sometimes it's like magic. Then when you try to repeat that magic, it can be really frustrating to try to do it. So anyway, here we go. And sometimes as it creates a song, the way it plays back and the way the lyrics come out together, they don't gel. So I'll sort of work it out there. So I'm not gonna... Okay, here we are. So I've basically dropped in the lyrics. I've given it a title, which was on there already. We're going to just see how this goes. Now, the last song I've been trying to create for 2 days. I haven't liked any versions of the song. It wasn't anywhere as good as Binary Chains of Gold. But we're going to do it. Go check out Binary Chains of Gold on my Spotify. It should be under my label, which you would know by now, and I'll link below, or you can go to in the links in the channel description. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, here we go. I'm going to create. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'll play it. I'll create these sounds, these songs, and I'll probably make 10 of them, and I'll play a few.
Sail on different seas with love as our North Star, through lives in gentle drift, growing who we are. For the sake of whispered dreams, our children in our heart, we part with tender grace, harbors apart. Once danced in step, our shadows long on the wall. Time's melody played, we answered the call. Yet subtly the notes began to shift, our hands still clasped amidst the rift. We sail on different seas with love as our North Star, true lives in gentle drift, growing who we are. For the sake of whispered dreams, our children in our heart, we part with tender grace, harbors apart. Once danced in step, our shadows long on the wall. Time's melody played, we answered the call. Yet subtly the notes began to shift, our hands still clasped amidst the rift. We sail on different seas with love as our North Star, to lives in gentle drift, growing who we are. For the sake of whispered dreams, our children in our heart, we part with tender grace, harbors apart. Laughter of youth, our anchor and our plea, we weather the storms for them, for you, for me. But past our verge, as to the wants of the soul, in love's vast ocean, we seek new roads. Sail on different seas with love as our North Star, to lives in gentle drift, growing who we are. For the sake of whispered dreams, our children in our heart, we part with tender grace.
Yeah, I'm not going to, but I'm going to download this. I'm going to download this one so I can just play it. Yeah, I don't like either of those versions. I'm going to go ahead and create another one. Another two. Yeah, I love this one. That's more like the Mamas and the Papas, but I like it. Okay, where does this one end again? This is where I really, really struggle, right? So this one ends at 2 minutes. And how does it end again? All right, I'm just gonna get to this into this one again, see what the lyrics in it. I'm not really great at extending this. You gotta basically splice bits together because it only records 2 minutes. This is one thing I hate about this Suno thing, right? Drop a bunch of lyrics in there, and it goes, okay, it gives you two versions of the song. They usually sound completely different. Well, every time so far, it sounds completely different. Instead of finishing the song, it just ends at 2 minutes, and then you got to try to figure out how to extend that song to get the lyrics. And I'm damned if I can figure out exactly how to do it in a really good way. I think I accidentally did it with binary chains of gold, but I'll try to do this right. So now I'm hoping this will work. Like if it doesn't, like I don't love the way this works. I don't. But let's go ahead and extend, and it'll give me two different. That's the one. I hope I extended the right one. Just make sure. I'm just gonna make sure here. Nope, this is the one I want. That's the one. Cool. So I'm going to extend this one. All right. And that's pretty much what it ended at. Extend from there. And we'll go extend. Okay. Okay. So I like that second part too. I could keep going on and on and on. Another thing though is you have like these credits, right? I have a paid subscription. Part of it is so I can publish these things, but just like all AI programs, you get a certain amount of credits. I think this is a lot of credits, but I guess it depends on how much you want to publish music. I want to publish quite a bit. I'm really interested in that human element part of making music about people in this sort of way. So, but it's kind of curious because I said Simon and Garfunkel. It's kind of giving me Mamas and Papas, which is similar. I like it. So we're going to go with that one. So the way you do this is you get whole song. So it's gonna put the whole thing together, and then I'll publish it.
Sail on different seas with lovers our North Star, to lives in gentle drift, growing who we are for the sake of whispered dreams, our children in our heart. We part with tender grace, harbors apart. Once danced in step, our shadows long on the wall. Time's melody played, we answered the call. Yet suddenly the notes began to shift, our hands still clasped amidst the rifts. Harvests the rift. We sail on different seas with love as our North Star, to lives in gentle drift, growing who we are for the sake of whispered dreams, our children in our heart. We part with tender grace, harbors apart. Laughter of youth, our anchor and our plea. solitude, they learn to chart new courses that once seemed so hard. Seasons turn, and with them pages new acceptance feel. Bloomed in the morning dew from love shed seeds, new gardens grew in separate beds, but the blossoms true. We sail on different seas with love as our North Star, true lights and gentle drift, growing who we are for the sake of whispered dreams, our children in our heart. We part with tender grace, harbors apart. We sail on different seas with love as our North Star, true lights and gentle drift, growing who we are for the sake of whispered dreams, our children in our heart. We part with tender grace, harbors apart.
Now the my band name, or my how I'm releasing on Spotify, the band name or group name, whatever you want to call it, the artist is Dagwood Gypsy Lantern. So check it out on Spotify. Hopefully I'm going to figure out how to publish to all the other platforms as well, but you go there, there's a few songs there. So subscribe, or request that you subscribe to my channel. The more you do, I'll get to a point where eventually I'm getting some sort of money coming in from this, and I can start paying for subscriptions for these services even more so, in which case I can make even better content. Also, if you get a chance, go to my website, aidiy.tech, subscribe to the blog that's there. There's always an accompanying blog to these videos that goes into a lot more detail. While you're there, do a donation, if you don't mind, to the Love Heart Travel, which supports the JFF Foundation in Indonesia in providing life-altering or life-changing eye surgery, cataract removal, providing glasses for people in need to entire villages. So that's just a little bit of someone that we work with